earlier this year was mourning the death of legendary jazz trumpeter and music educator Ramakgobotla John Mekoa, who died on the 3rd of July. Mekoa was born in Etwatwa in 1945. Producer Lebo Thinane sat down with his daughter Malebo Mekoa to chat about her father and his endless love for music and people.
Malebo, your dad. Yeah. I mean, I just had a chat to the Kaya Mahlangu, who was the one thing that came up over and over again in this conversation about this man was so funny. Like, he had this sense of humor. Tell us a little bit about that. Was that also the kind of man that he was when he was at home?
Definitely.
Yeah.
He had, a way of, he had nicknames for us. I was a Lele. My younger brother was called Piragzen.
Yeah.
So he would come in the house and call Lele or Piragzen, so he had a funny way, a cocky way of, bringing out about jokes and pull jokes on my mom about he's so proud about marrying a Zulu girl.
Yeah.
And so he was quite quirky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tell us about this household. What was this household like?
Full of life. Full of laughter, full of music, trumpet sound. I think we grew up hearing the trumpet sound from when we were still young, because we only moved here. It's been 20 years since we've been here. We were in Davidton. We grew up in Davidton. So even the neighbors, they never used to complain about the sound.
Yeah.
So the household was always full of laughter. My dad is very loud, very loud. I think when you first meet him, you get very intimidated, like, who, this man is so loud. But you get used to him because he's a big man. So the voice can be very little. And the fact that he blows a trumpet, he has to have a big voice. So we got used to that. And a loving man, a loving husband to my mom. Very strict on us. This was, it was a happy time with him. He loved being at home, I'll tell you that. Enjoyed the company of friends. He, used to host his friends. They would come in and have cheese and wine sessions, and deliberate on the latest musical score of whoever new artist that's coming out. So it's always been a lively house, full of people coming in and out and family coming in and out. So,
and music was and still is such a huge, aspect of who he was.
Yes.
You could almost say that was his soul. What was it about music that spoke a language that nobody else sort of understood?
Sure. I think even his upbringing, his two older brothers that also passed on, they were very musical. Yesterday we had a gentleman who came in and was like, we used to be in the streets and we used to make sure that the radios are off, and we would come to the streets and they will bring the trumpet and the trombones, the one will have a guitar, and they'll be having a session on the streets. So I think music is something that's embedded in him. It's part of his DNA, I'll call it that. It's always been like that. It's something that we can't explain as a family. It's like a tattoo that's there that you can't remove. Yeah.
And at a time when he really wanted to study music, but the apartheid system just wouldn't let him, it could have easily turned him into this bitter, resentful person, but it didn't. What does that say about him, the kind of person that the rest of us didn't see that you guys saw at home?
Dad was he was passionate. He was very passionate about his music. Music was his life. There isn't a day that he doesn't hear music. He literally gets sick. He will get sick if he doesn't hear some sort of music playing in the car or in the house or wherever he is. So, for us, it was just one of those things that over time when we grew up, we got to learn that music is in him. It's a gift. For us, we got to realize that it's a gift from God. You know, the fact that he, you know, growing up, he was an optical dispenser. And then, you know, you could feel that he's got this calling.
Yeah.
You know, he needs to go and do. Music is his calling, it's his love, his first love. And he left his job and he went back to school to study, and and the rest is history. I think, you know, his career just, you know, it tells a story.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's in him. It's embedded in his DNA.
What kind of stories did he ever tell you about how he met your mom?
Yo. Oh, you know, those two are lovebirds.
Yeah.
Those two. My mom is Swati.
Yeah.
My dad is Tswana. So in the house, when they argue, dad argues in Setswana. Mom responds in Zulu. So it was always, you'd find a serious fight, it turns into a giggle because one is talking Tswana, the other one is talking Zulu. So, you know, we grew up with that kind of love. They showed each other love. My mom showed my dad due respect. Supported him. My dad traveled a lot when we were growing up. He traveled a lot, and mom was there as a supportive partner, a supportive person. So we grew up, you know, being surrounded by the love of the two of them. And for me, it's undescribable. I can't put it into words.
Yeah.
You know, the love that's between the two of them is something very special.